Hi Gemini, and welcome to your monthly reading. This is for the month of March, and you can always use my monthly readings for your sun, your rising, and your moon sign if you happen to know all three. Otherwise, you can stick with the sign that you were born under and you'll get more than enough information. I like to start off every reading with a little bit of gratitude. I also like to end it that way. It's a great way to open up my heart, my intuition, and it's also just nice to say thank you. So I want to say thank you so much for your continued support, for all of the likes, the subscribes, and for the sharing of this video content with people that you care about. That helps my channel grow, but it also helps spread the word. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. Also, if you like what you see here and you would like to make a difference, I'm gonna put 3 blocks below here. There are a couple ways you can do it. The first is you can book an appointment with me if you'd like to talk one-on-one. The second way is you can simply join me on Patreon or do a one-time donation through my website. Even if it's just $1 for the whole year, it really does make an impact in what I can do for you. And the third way is just to, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And the sharing part's important. So I'll put my social media links here below, and feel free to join me there and share whatever I post to your networks as well. All of these are going to be contained within the card if you click on that little eye icon in the corner, and there'll be links below the video as well. All right, now let's jump into the forecast, starting with the channeled information. Each month I like to begin by selecting a deck of cards, meditating on the cards, and then seeing what particular messages come through for your sign. Your channeled message this month was to focus on replenishing yourself, in particular, replenishing your mind, body, spirit, the resources in your life, and finding a sort of new way to be inspired, your vitality, if you will. Starting first with self, mind, body, spirit. I had initially an image of you sort of being like a tree, drinking in what it needed to be sustained, to be supported. And in particular, there was a message of avoiding toxic elements this month. Unnecessary caffeine, unnecessary sugar, any sort of things like alcohol or obviously toxic elements you want to remove from the body as well. This is a time to really be as pure, as clear, and as clean with what you're putting in your body as possible, because that's going to give you an energetic cleanse as well as sort of just helping your body. For the resource component, I have this sort of mental download of a tug of war. So it won't necessarily be about a perfect equilibrium or a perfect balance this month. What you might want to try to achieve is a little bit of give, a little bit of take. So if you're giving a lot of time to someone, don't be afraid to either say no at some point or ask them for help. Find a way to bring some sort of a refilling of your time, your energy, and your investment back to you. Also, there may be points in your resources where you're going to have to take instead of always giving. So find that natural balance. It shouldn't feel like it's forced, but you might have to step a little bit outside of your comfort zone. That's all, okay? So a reminder that resources are time, energy, and money, and also can just mean like your sleep also constitutes a resource, because if you don't give yourself enough of that time for rest, then you're not going to have what it takes. So know that if you take from one place, you're going to have to replace it somewhere else. So constantly be doing that gentle tug of war so that it's a little bit of a dance this month between resources. Some days they're going to be tapped out. Other days you're going to have a surplus, and then you can do what you want with that. Finally, with inspiration, I think this could be quite possibly the most important. It's reminding you of the importance of having fun, having something that makes you look forward to getting up in the morning or tomorrow or a long-term goal. So I want you to either get re-inspired on your current task or set a long-term stretch goal that you can continue to work towards as you're finishing everything else that you need to be doing. Because it's this inspiration, and also if you're just doing the fun component of it, it's this sort of expression of your heart that replenishes your own energy by having something that feeds you. It doesn't have to be something that's going to make you more money, more successful, or to check off items on your list. The only thing this inspiration piece of replenish should do is it should make you happy, it should make you excited, it should make you look forward to getting up and to doing something. So I want you to add that into your schedule. So often when I have like a one-on-one with a client, I'll see that there's no fun in the picture. There's no fool, there's no cups, it's all work, it's all stress. So make sure that you're getting enough sleep, that you're feeding your body well, that you're resting well, and that you're doing something that inspires you. And great leaders, great artists, people that create things, they always have that source of inspiration, like a muse. So find your muse this month, and in that, you're going to be able to do so much more. Your productivity will go up, you'll feel better, your body's going to improve health-wise. And that's really important because I feel like this is the foundational month. I think that April, May, and June, there's going to be a lot of great things coming through. So by taking care of yourself this month, you're going to be able to start off like running. I hope I can help you get that set up for this month. And that's a great segue into looking at the cards to see what's coming through for your extended forecast. All right, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pull a full Celtic cross as well as a catalyst before I get into the expanded forecast. I like to remain quiet at this point so that I can observe where the cards fall and also pick up on information as I do that. So let me do that. I'll rejoin you as soon as all the cards have been laid out. Your catalyst this month is the bouquet. And what's beautiful about this card, I'm going to pull it in the upright position, is this reminds me very much of an Ace of Cups. But instead of just this opportunity to feel a growth of love or creativity, I'm actually seeing with this that things are starting to grow and progress a little bit. And I'll show you in a moment, but your center card is the Three of Wands. So things are either happening or within reach, or you see that light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what this card is saying. Don't despair though, or don't give up on yourself, and that's why this card was reversed. The second or third message that I'm getting with this is that there is a sort of expansion period, but there might be a finite window during which some of this expansion can happen. So to kind of restate that, I think the first 2 or 3 weeks of this month, you're going to have more energy and more opportunity to kind of get things done. So you want to not let your emotional state, whenever I see a cups card in reverse or anything with a cup in reverse, it shows that if you aren't feeling completely ready for the opportunity, something could pass you by. And that is why we had this message to replenish yourself, to take care of yourself, to refuel. I think the sooner you do it and the more sort of that you let that set in the first 2 or 3 days, the more you're going to be able to take advantage of the energy of the first 2 or 3 weeks. So first, second, third of the month, really make sure that you're resting up. And then first, second, and third weeks of the month, this is your time to maximize. And now let's go card by card and see what's coming through here. So we have 2 cards here that absolutely talk about what we've been saying so far. The Three of Rods or Three of Wands here. What you're looking for not only is happening, but may already start to show up in your day-to-day events and your day-to-day life. So be looking all around, be present, stay in that place of gratitude and knowing that as you feel inspired, as you feel appreciative, you're going to be attracting opportunity. And that's what we have here with the Page of Pentacles. Some of you may receive good news this month. You may have a new job opportunity that comes through. You may be able to sort out financial issues if you've been having trouble in the past. By all sort of accounts here with the Three of Wands in the center and the Page of Pentacles on top, I see control, growth, and good movement with respect to finances, time, energy, money. Your resources are looking really, really good at the beginning of the month. So if anything is off a little bit, it might be emotional, and that's where you can take care of yourself so that you don't let these opportunities pass you by. Looking at deep past, there's either a really, really strong water sign that's coming in here. We have the Page of Cups, or some of you might have started a new relationship, or again, I'm mentioning some of this emotional or creative energy that's either going to be something kind of like a wave that you're going to ride, or that's going to kind of crash over top of you and pull you back a little bit. So try to ride the wave of opportunity, of emotional excitement, and try not to get overwhelmed by fear, frustration, doubt, or fatigue, okay? What we were talking about earlier, the Six of Swords, it would be great to start the month off with rest, with a vacation, with just taking care of yourself. So this, to me, is usually about distance and separation. Some of you also might have just stepped out of a relationship or a job situation, or might have just moved. Whatever it is, this sort of interruption at the beginning of the month, it could be either beautiful, like diverting your attention and allowing you to relax, or it could be something that could take you off path. So I really want you to pay attention to that and try to allow this to just be a chance for you to gain perspective. If anything's going on where it is pulling you out a little bit, meditate. Give yourself a chance to ground in purpose, get back in control of what you're trying to do, and don't let that move you in a direction that's not productive or not helping. All right, your crowning card is the Six of Cups. It's reversed. A lot of times when this comes through, you'll see children, people from the past opportunities. So you could be getting a second chance to set something right, finish something off. We have two cards here showing past connections, the Six of Swords and the Six of Cups. So there could be an ex-friend, an ex-boss, an ex-lover that kind of steps into your life, and I don't necessarily see them as a bad influence, because with the Three of Wands in the center, the Page of Pentacles, and in your near future, the Star card, I feel like this person may be there to help you out, may have an opportunity to connect you with someone that can bring you to some sort of productive or positive energy in your life, or they may be there to help, to heal, to celebrate. You might get a second chance at love or at work or at something that you're trying to fix in your life. Now, the Star card is also reminding you to not be afraid of stepping into the limelight or stepping up if someone is challenging you to do something. So this comes in when we can't hide anymore. I talk a lot about the connection between the Hermit and the Star. The Hermit is a time to go introspective, inward, to research, to kind of cut yourself off. The Star card is when you're embracing that light, that insight that you found during the Hermit phase, and you're allowing it to be shared with the world. You're no longer needing to sort of hide behind something, whether it's your work, your responsibilities, your fears. So this month, step into the light, and in doing so, this is what really brings in the opportunity that we saw at the center. Now, I got two of the same suit, and for me, that can indicate a love relationship or an intimate relationship that's coming to a head this month. The Page of Pentacles was at the center, and we have the King of Pentacles in reverse in the ego. So there could be something going on this month where you're going to have to deal with, we talked about the give and take. When I see King of Pentacles in reverse, it can be you needing to take care of yourself because it's in your ego. And it feels like this month you're either wanting or needing to do things that are more sort of developing yourself or taking care of yourself. There's a selfish energy, but that's not always a bad thing, because I just feel like you're trying to do a little bit more with your own energy. So relationships, this is where the tug of war could get difficult. You might have to step out of your comfort zone a little bit to be there more for your partner. So if you put a lot of work in something that you care about in your life, I think it's great, by the way, because the outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. Do what you need to do to embrace the Star, embrace the Wheel of Fortune, but don't forget the people that supported you. Don't forget the loved ones that are at home waiting for you. Don't forget the people that matter this month. I guess that would be my message. So make time for them. It's good that you're doing something for yourself. Share some of that time and energy with other people, though, and know that they're also going to help you be relaxed and replenished. So finding that dance is going to be important. If anybody, however, is not supportive of you or is selfish and won't allow you to shine, then this is a great litmus test for you to know it's probably a chance for you to step away from them. And that's why the Six of Swords is revealing itself very early in the month. I don't think this is something that will creep up towards the end. It looks like that will happen sooner. So you'll know at the beginning if it's you that just needs to be more present, or if it's somebody else that's showing you that they just can't allow you to do what you need to do. Now in your environment card here, we have the Fool card, but it's reversed. The Fool usually indicates a need, a desire, a suggestion to step out of your comfort zone a little bit, to take a calculated risk, to try something that could open up your horizons and opportunities. So don't shy away from that this month, even if you're normally someone who's very conservative, or if you just feel like staying in. Because we saw that Three of Wands and the Star card, there's this message that it's going to be okay to try new things, to take a leap of faith. You're supported this month, and your outcome card, being the Wheel of Fortune, is showing that particularly when it comes to like business and networking opportunities, that's the essential part. The other piece of the Fool that I like is just to have fun and just to take maybe some short trips, because beginning of the month, Six of Swords, environment Fool. This is saying that not just at the beginning, but also I would say during the day, just take some breaks from whatever you're doing. If you're already retired or if you're a student, this can just be a chance for you to meditate, to do something you love, to basically refuel or replenish, like we said earlier. But getting out in nature will be very good for many of you, even if it's cold weather, because there's something very beneficial with that sort of jolt to the system. You don't want to go out so long that you're shivering, but like a 5-minute brisk walk can actually be as good as like an energy drink or caffeine, because it makes your body sort of snap into like adrenaline and wake up a little bit. So don't be afraid to walk out even if it's snowing, or just to go to a different place in your office, or if you can get to the mall or to a coffee shop or something. Change the environment, meet some new people, move around. Movement's going to be very important. Some of you may be finalizing things this month. We have Justice here, which can be contracts, legal cases, big decisions. It can also be a Libra, even an Aquarius that's coming into your life that has some sort of a positive effect. The card is upright. And for you, it might be time to make a decision this month, particularly as we look at your outcome when it comes to new business, new money opportunities, etc. I really like that we're ending on the Wheel of Fortune. So this is showing growth, opportunity, and for me, whenever I'm looking at the wheel, or if I look at the world, it kind of signals a new cycle in your life. And when it's in the upright position, it's a very positive cycle. So if you didn't like where you were coming from, it looks like you're headed in a better direction. If you were already pretty happy with what you were doing, I see either a continuation or expansion on that energy. I love that we have Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and Wheel of Fortune in key areas. The only thing I'm going to say this month is there may be some sort of an investment that you need to make in order to continue with something. If you have your own business, there's going to be some sort of a cost involved. If you own a house, you might have to put some money back into an investment to continue the positive growth of it or the maintenance of it. So it doesn't look like it's going to put you in a bad position because your outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. So balance out the current costs or sort of intermittent costs that are coming through this month with what your long-term goal is. And if it makes sense, then it looks like this is something that you can embrace. Try not to make any unnecessary luxury purchases this month. That's the only thing that I would get with that ego card. Instead, try to find things like travel or just getting away for a day, doing a day trip within where you're living, like the same city or country or state, but not needing to travel too far. It's the small trips, the small treats, living in the moment and kind of just feeling replenished that's important. You don't have to spend a lot or travel a lot to get that. All right. Let's now expand your forecast. We'll take a look at your health card first. For me, health is a mind, body, and spirit message. So let's see what the cards have to say about health. I'll give it one more good shuffle. So we have discovering truth, which can mean that some of you may learn something new this month that requires a little bit of a chance for it to digest. The other thing is getting real with yourself, with your habits, with what's going on. So if you've just been at a point in your life where I see a lot of work cards here and a lot of energy kind of going into the exterior. If you've been putting all of your energy into everything but yourself, and replenish was the channeled information, this card is saying, okay, I need to sort of just take care of myself right now and do what's necessary and be real and be honest with what's going on. Be honest with your doctor, be honest with yourself, make the changes you need. You could also be doing something new with your health or your or even like your meditation practice that reveals something that you didn't know before. Whatever's coming through, just acknowledge it, embrace it, find out more if you need to. This isn't a month to kind of push things under the rug. The more you learn, the more you know, the more you research and kind of embrace something, the easier it is for you to deal with it and to move on to something else. I'm not necessarily getting anything negative about this other than you probably want to put a little bit more energy into looking at your health. Let's look at wealth, which encompasses money and opportunities. So in the wealth area, we have a card here that says spread your wings. It was reversed, which is showing some of you might be resistant to that change or that risk. Going again very nicely with the Fool, which was also reversed. So the remainder of the card encourages you to work with Archangel Ariel, and it says, do not hold back. The timing is perfect and you're ready to soar. So with money, with career, with wealth, it does look like there might be a chance for you to either go up, climb up the ladder, step into the spotlight, take on more responsibility. Ultimately, it looks like this is really good for you. I feel like there's growth, either just in what you learn or in what you receive money-wise, because again, your catalyst this month was showing this beautiful bouquet of flowers, which for me is also a gift, or that you're going to be given something that you can take it in if you want. But with the reversal of it, it has to feel right. Don't let the fear be the only thing that's holding you back. The decision is yours, whatever you decide to do with that. But given that we have the star, it feels pretty good. For the rest of you, if there's nothing like sort of changing or there's no opportunity in front of you, this is sort of challenging you to do something that's difficult. Sometimes if I'm doing a coaching with a client, I will ask them, imagine that you didn't have all of the sort of responsibilities, the bills and expectations that are sort of on your plate. If you could either write your dream job resume, or not just resume, but job description, or if you could just fill your time with something that brought you happiness, what would that be? How would you sort of describe that activity, that time, that job, or whatever? I want you to think about this. What we're really getting to is your soul's path, your soul's journey. Meditate on what you liked as a kid, what still intrigues you as an adult, and what you wish you could just do, whether it's spend the day at a museum or work on a car or get your hands dirty and be working with plants or with animals or whatever it is. What is it that really inspires you, and why aren't you doing it? And so this is about stepping into that soul energy, even if it means going back to school, taking a risk, taking a lesser position, but that ultimately might make you grow more because you're passionate in it. This could be the leap of faith as well. Let's look at love, knowing that love isn't just romance, but either what's going on in your heart or how you're dealing with those intimate relationships around you. So this is about finding peace with those around you, with relationships, particularly I think relationships from the past, because we have this card showing some time and distance, and then a card that sometimes comes up with friends from the past, siblings that we might have grown further apart from emotionally. And it says, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. I have a contract release that's in my YouTube channel and on my website. You should look at it if you haven't, and if you're having some situations with someone where you can't let go of something. Because what we forget sometimes is we come onto this planet, everyone around us is a teacher, but we get caught up in sort of like the emotional situations around us and then hold on to something. You did this to me, so I hate you, or I can't let go of this, etc., etc. When basically what was happening was that person came in to teach us something, or we wanted to teach them something. And once you've learned the lesson, you can let go of the pain attached to it. When you do that, then you allow that person to move on, you allow yourself to move on. Sometimes you can come back together and just be kind to one another, or again, it's just the releasing of that's going to make room in your heart for something better. So take a look at my contract release. Again, it's a free video, and and I think it's simply called that, contract release. You can search that in my YouTube channel, and I think it might benefit some of you. All right, let's go ahead now and look at your outcome card here. This is Destiny in this spread, but I really think of the Destiny card as a GPS. If you like the direction in which you are headed, stick with it. If you don't, course correct. And just like GPS, you can find another way or find another destination. Let's see what the message is for you this month. I'll give it one more shuffle. So the Spirit Whisperer and the caption on this says, Divine Guidance, Higher Knowing. So for some of you, this could be a chance for you to delve deeper into the metaphysical, into spiritual endeavors, or into seeking out help, because divine guidance can simply be talking to a counselor or to someone in your whatever faith you practice. If there's a rabbi, a priest, or some sort of person that you trust and you want to go to. But I see it as metaphysical development, really, looking at this, especially with the star. So this is a great time to read some sort of a book on metaphysics, to go deeper into learning something like what I'm doing here, or to do yoga. Mind, body, spirit is coming through really strong for you. Creative endeavors. I believe that all artists really are kind of natural psychics. So if you want to develop your psychic skills, music, painting, dancing, any sort of writing, any sort of expression that you can do, acting, of course, this is going to help you get closer to your soul, to the creative flow, to the divine. So it's a great month to do that activity in your life, even if it doesn't have anything to do with what you're doing in your job. We shouldn't be on this planet simply to work, to sleep, and to eat. There has to be some sort of development of the soul as well. Otherwise, we're kind of sleepwalking. And part of the reason I come here each month is to to wake you guys up a little bit and help you see what's going on, so that in addition to the essential things, we do have to sleep, we do have to eat, we do have to work. We're in a society right now where money is a necessary currency, but it's not the only thing. And we have to work on the spiritual side as well. So hopefully these videos are allowing you to grow that part as well. Let's go ahead and review everything that we talked about, beginning with the channeled information. This is a perfect month, particularly around the beginning, to focus on getting back to the basics, replenishing what feels good on a mind, body, spirit level, looking at the resources around you, and getting inspired. Don't forget to do this, because if you do, I feel like the opportunities that are coming your way could be blocked by an emotional issue, by that exhaustion, the fatigue, and you don't want to do that. There's a finite window for many of you, and you want to make sure that you show up when that window opens. 3 of Wands right at the center. I really think that you're going to see some positive traction this month if you decide to take it serious and embrace everything. We have 2 Pentacles cards in court cards that are showing up. Page of Pentacles at the center, showing right at the beginning. Many of you might get good news or a change or a shift in respect to job, money, and resources. It looks good. It could involve a move for some of you. 6 of Swords and the Star connected with that Pentacles card. So don't be afraid to embrace it. You're going to have to deal with some issues from the past, relationships or patterns or second chances. It looks positive because of all of the center energy. Remember that the important thing this month is to get your emotions in check. In doing so, everything else is going to fall into place. Don't be afraid to take some risks this month. I wouldn't do any sort of unnecessary luxury purchases, but if it's an investment in your business, in your house, or in your education, or even in your health, all of those things are good. So personal investment is a necessity, remembering that, as I said earlier, if someone tries to block that growth, that's a good sign that they're probably not there for your highest good. Big decisions that many of you need to make this month. Some of you are signing contracts. Some of you might be dealing with court cases. Whatever it is, it's in the upright position. You're empowered. You get a choice in the matter. Ultimately, this is about growth and expansion this month, and you have a lot of opportunities. So stay awake and stay aware so you don't miss them. Looking at the expanded forecast, health is reminding you that it's important to just get real, to be aware of what's going on, and to take any action that's necessary once you sort of learn what that is. A reversed card about spreading your wings that aligns nicely with the reversed Fool. So if there's something that just is way too risky, of course, avoid it. But if fear is the thing that's blocking you, get real with that and don't let that block you with money this month or with career. With respect to your love and relationships, take the path of peace. If somebody comes in and agitates you or is trying to push your buttons, step back, give them space, separate yourself from them if you need to. Try to act with factual-based decisions and information. Don't let emotions get the better part of you. And if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all with the peace card. It's better to stick to basics and to not let that emotional situation take away the bountiful, beautiful bouquet of opportunities it wants to present itself. Relationships are not the focus this month. That's what I'm seeing with all of this. Don't let them be a distraction. Lean on someone if they're there and they want to support you, but if they don't, step back, work on yourself. Don't miss the opportunities that are coming forward. I would say finally and most importantly, your GPS card here, the Destiny card, is about tuning into your intuition. I didn't see it the first time I was looking at it, but I see that subtle owl that is coming through. And the whole card itself is about whispers, subtlety of intuition. I don't think everything's going to necessarily hit you over the top of the head this month. Your intuition is going to come through in very subtle forms. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the thoughts that are recurring in your mind, how you feel, first impressions. If you take time to meditate, if you allow for the peace to happen in relationships, that noise goes away and you're going to be a lot more in tune with your highest good. And there's some really powerful cards coming through this month. The Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and then right at the center, the Three of Wands. Great month for you. So far, one of the best that I've seen for any sign. So if you've been having a tough time, things should shift. If you've been having a good time, then continuation of that or expansion thereof. The important thing, the one thing that I have to kind of stress is with the Six of Cups in reverse and that bouquet card in reverse, which again reminds me very much of an Ace of Cups. Emotions are the thing that will make or break you this month. So if you're feeling good, if you're feeling that part of your life is in balance, I think you can embrace all of the opportunities that are presenting themselves. Okay, that is the message, and I should say those are the messages for this month. If you ever want to talk more in depth about something that's going on in your life, just a reminder, I am here for you, and you can check out the first link below the video, also the first card in the video for information on availability and booking prices, etc. Take a look. If it makes sense, great. Otherwise, if you just want to support me in a different way and continue to show up from month to month, the second link, the second card is all about a way to connect on either Patreon or my website. You can do a one-time donation, $1, or a continual donation of $1 or more. All of that goes into helping me buy supplies and, more importantly, helping me set time up each month to do the videos. So if you like what you see and you want to become somebody that's supporting me, there are very easy ways to do so. So click on that link and get more information. Finally, the most important thing for me is just getting this message out and helping people. So if you like what you see and you don't feel drawn to either schedule an appointment or donate, but you want to help me, like and subscribe this video and subscribe to the channel, I should say, and then share this with someone that you care about. And you can join me across social media and share on whichever platform you're active on. So I'll put information at the bottom, also in the card and the link below. With all that being said, I really like to end every month with gratitude. And the important thing, like I said, for me is to continue to grow. And your big message this month was just that. There's a big spiritual influx of energy coming through. Also, there's this expansion that I hope that you take advantage of. The truth is you always have the ability to bring in that expansion that we saw here with the bouquet card, but you have to believe. Believe in yourself, believe in the ability for growth and for abundance to happen. So really meditate on this idea or this card if you want to. See all of that beautiful bounty coming your way. See a harvest, see a bouquet, see growth, and know that that's really what is at your disposal this month, and try to expand that and keep it going as long as possible. I also talked about riding the creative energy or wave. If you can get your emotions in a heightened place, you can ride on top of the wave. If you go to a lower sort of space, the emotions go over top of you and weigh you down. So focus on that this month. Get into your space of power, listen, and I think you're going to be in a great place. I hope you know that you're a part of this community of light workers that I'm creating, and that you're creating, more importantly. By showing up each month, each of us is shining brightly. See yourself as a lighthouse in the night, or see yourself as a beautiful star in a constellation that's wrapping around this globe. Whatever works for you. I just see this planet lighting up with beautiful energy each and every time we show up. So keep up that practice daily and monthly as I join you, and know that we can change the world. All right? Take care of yourself. Much love and light, and good luck. It's going to be a good month, okay? Bye-bye.